which was then broken again by Mohamed at the last chance meet in 2017. So Canadian records sort of just fall here in Boston. So pay attention to a couple things. Obviously the standard, and then 13:04 was run here by Bowerman in 2017. This 5K is going to give you 25 laps on the track. It's a lot of work for some of these fellas, but these guys are all coming down from altitude. The entire Bowerman crew has been together, living high above sea level, taking all that pressure in on their lungs, and they feel like their fitness is at a place where they're ready to race at BU and race fast.
They're followed here by Ryan Hill.
Josh Thompson and Lopez Lomong out front serving as pacers for this race. You're not really going to see any moves made until later on. What you're looking for, you're looking for Josh and Lopez to really make sure that they're keep hitting their spots. My guess is that Josh is going to drop out a little bit earlier, than Lopez is going to probably carry him all the way through 3K. Real big deal here is for Sean McGorty and for, Mark Scott. Sean McGorty and Mark Scott, who are looking to obviously better their indoor PR and get ready with a world standard for the rest of the indoor season. Josh Thompson and Lopez Lomong still up front. Josh is pounding that watch. Looks at it, but there doesn't look to be any deviation of pace. When you get to this level and you've run this many laps around an oval before, these guys sort of just tend to be human metronomes, have it in their system to just keep going and knock out the same paces. 64 seconds. 64 seconds for each one of these guys here.
Here, 1K split.
64 seconds.
241.15, 1K split. That is cooking.
4:16-mile split. Feeling very comfortable right now. Josh Thompson, Lopez Lomong, Ryan Hill, Sean McGorty, Mark Scott, Matt Hughes, and the two Japanese athletes, Endo and Matsueda.
Thompson continues to lead.
Josh a little bit more accustomed to running those shorter distances. Just gonna keep pushing the pace here. Stay exactly where Jerry wants them to be. Again, promised earlier in the evening I wouldn't be making assumptions about when certain rabbits would be hopping out of a race, but I do expect Lopez Lomong to continue to race a little bit longer into this, probably about 3K before he lets the wheel go to someone like Ryan Hill or Sean McGorty. Ryan Hill playing with the cheering section as well. NC State has a lot of athletes here today. Ryan Hill, former NC State alumni. No Stanford people here. Sean McGorty doesn't have any former teammates with him. Still Thompson and Lomong. Lomong looks at the clock. Thompson sees a little bit more pickup in his step. Best part about this right now is this group is still very densely populated. They're completely on Marc. There was a few misses early on. They didn't make it easy to see.
Joshua Thompson checks his watch. He's run a 32 min every single one of these 200s.
Josh Thompson again, 32 seconds on each 200. He's not looking at his watch very much, which is the most impressive part of this at home. He's looking at it every time he gets to the finish line, but he's not double, triple checking it to see where he ends up. Knows exactly what it should feel like to be running 64 seconds. Josh Thompson moves a little bit outside here. Gonna give it to Lopez. Thompson drops out a little bit earlier. 2K for Thompson, which means to me that Lopez is going to take over the duties for 3K. Lopez Lomong now doing all the duties that he needs to. It's Lopez, Ryan Hill, Sean McGorty, Marc Scott, and Matt Hughes, as well as the two Japanese athletes, Endo and Matsueda.
Lopez Lamont, he's got the brunt of the work.
Think about how many NCAA championships and overall fantastic performances that are on the track right now. It'll give you track fans at home chills. Lopez Lomong, Ryan Hill, Sean McGorty, the top three. Lomong gonna pace into the 3K.
Lopez Lamont continues to do his job. Ryan Hill sitting comfortably right behind him.
No watch for Lomong. He's just getting the information from his coach, looking at the clock. No need to look at a wristwatch for him. It's Lomong, Ryan Hill, Sean McGorty, Marc Scott, Matt Hughes, Endo and Matsueda.
That puts us right at 13:22 for these gentlemen. Lopez Lamont still putting in that work.
These guys are all at 13:22 right here. A lot of laps around this track, trying to get this place a little bit more lively. A lot of folks on that far end sitting on the track, ready to pound it away. Expect a very fast last 2,000 meters from the rest of this crew. None of these guys look uncomfortable. It's to be expected. They could live at 13:22. Lopez Lomong, Ryan Hill, Sean McGorty, Marc Scott, Matt Hughes, Endo and Matsueda. Same thing, hasn't changed since the beginning. Who wants to make a move first?
Here they come up on 3K. This is where
Coming up on 3K here. A lot of these collegiate athletes would be envious of this 3K PR. They're going to do it before the 5K. Lopez staying in when he sees a place that's comfortable to come out. Ryan Hill behind him, Sean McGorty, Marc Scott, Matt Hughes. Lopez still in this. Lopez Lomong gives the double guns to his teammates, runs 8:35 for 2 miles, and lets Ryan Hill take the lead. Ryan Hill, Sean McGorty, Marc Scott, Matt Hughes.
And now it's a race. That's Ryan Hill up front.
Sean McGorty wants to take the lead from him. Sean McGorty's got those big, long, young legs. Marc Scott, too. These two young guns needing that standard for Worlds. McGorty, Scott, Hill, Hughes. You hear the PA announcer behind me getting excited. We need a little bit more action on the back of the track. It's McGorty, Scott, Hill, Hughes. Sean McGorty really ripping into it right now.
World-class athletes do what they do best. Sean McGorty putting the hurt on his teammates.
Sean McGorty running really, really well right now. Honestly surprised at the strength of the move that he just made. We'd expect Ryan Hill to maybe hang on with him a little bit longer. Sean McGorty and Marc Scott just want to do all the work by themselves. These guys feel good coming from altitude right now. Those lungs are strong. You're in Boston. You're at sea level. You're on a track where all these records have fallen, where former Nike greats have battled. Impress your agents, impress your shoe company. Sean McGorty and Marc Scott are out here running quick, and they're trying to prove to people that they belong here, and they belong here for a long time to come. Sean McGorty, Marc Scott. McGorty looks smooth as anything. Marc Scott still not giving it up behind him. 4K is 10:44 for these guys. Watch out though. Yuga Endo really wants to give them a run for their money. Very accomplished international Japanese athlete, Yuga Endo. Sean McGorty, Marc Scott. McGorty's not giving up either. 4 laps to go here. 800 meters, 11:15 for Sean McGorty with 800 meters left to go. This is a guy at 800 who can easily probably close in the 155, 154 area. That puts him right under 13:10. Sean McGorty continues to push the pace, looking for some foot speed on the back straight. He's going to need a little help from this BU crowd. Sean McGorty coming up on 600 left to go. Sean McGorty running really well. Marc Scott giving more chase. 3 to go for Sean McGorty. Picking it up a little bit, can start to see the hurt on his face, but he's not giving up at all. Marc Scott and then Endo Hugo behind him. McGorty sees Lopez and Thompson, who did so much work for him. McGorty's coming up on the last 400 meters here. Lungs feeling strong for Sean McGorty. 12:20 with 400 meters left to go. Start to see it on his legs. Marc Scott's bobbing that head around. McGorty, does he have one big lap left in him? Remember, 13:22 for that world standard. McGorty crosses with 200 left to go at 12:51. He goes into the arms, uses the speed that he groomed at Stanford. Sean McGorty. Marc Scott giving chase. Does he have a little bit more left in the tank? Sean McGorty and Marc Scott being rooted on by Josh Thompson and Lopez Lomong. Sean McGorty keeps it going. Sean McGorty, Marc Scott, both teammates, both roommates. Sean McGorty is going to cross the line here at BU right at 13:21. And Yuga Endo gives a big fist pump. He did a lot of work catching up to those two as well. Welcome to Boston, Mr. Endo. Congratulations. Ryan Hill and Matt Hughes crossed the line afterwards. That race did not disappoint.